We've got a great best-of-1 series between StarLadder and StarLadder for Team Liquid versus CNB Esports Club. I'm a little bit hectic, flustered, if you will. We were taking a bit of a break, and it looks like the joint Dota match ticker was wrong about when this game would go off. It turns out it was going in right now, so we got into the game. At least I got into the game real quick, was able to grab a slot in Dota TV, and here I am. So my apologies, a bit flustered, but we are here nonetheless in this series, this game, Liquid versus CNB. And you'll hear a lot about
Dire team ban.
Bit of a rough time. They have. You look at that EG game that they played yesterday, and you're wondering exactly what happened there. You look at the game against eHug as well, where they went down after about a 16-minute long game, and it just didn't go well for them. It pretty much all of the cards just went as poorly as possible. So for Liquid, this is their chance to get back into it with this game. Obviously, CNB, you know, a Brazilian team, a very strong Brazilian team as well. And for Liquid here, they pretty much have to win this game, I think. But they are expected to win this game, especially in Star Series. You know, in JDL, if they lose those games, that's fine. They've already secured their slot in the finals. For this, to go to Star Series, they need to win some games right now. They're not doing super great, but not doing too poorly either. So we'll see if they can get into it. I don't believe they're in the slot to go to StarLadder just yet. We'll see. They're having a bit of a rough time recently because of the things that happened, but yeah, looking at it right now for the American session, it looks like Group 1, well, being everybody, Liquid's actually out of it right now. They need this victory. If CNB wins, they'll be tied with Liquid. Obviously, they'll be tied for 5th, but this is a big game for both sides. So, you know, a lot at stake here. Getting off to a good start with the Invoker. They're going to go for the Invoker. The band's already coming out. You can see the Lycan as well as the Amber Spirit for Team Liquid. The Bat Rider and the Visage on the other side of things. Team Liquid with 2 picks here right now. Can't go for the Visage, that way too low to pick up. They'll pick up maybe a strong support, maybe even go for the Bat Rider, a hero that's seen a lot of play recently. And not a big surprise, they do go for that Ancient Apparition. Shielding Touch and Ice Blast was just too good. We've seen it in many games today where Ancient Apparitions will just farm a lane, they'll pick up a Midas and just use Ice Blast. Don't even come to fights. Just say, okay, I'm here, I'm going to Ice Blast across the map, and we'll hopefully win a team fight that way. Liquid are going to pick up the Nature's Prophet as well, have a little bit of that global strategy, but CNB are going to come right back and pick up the IO. They need somebody to do a decent job tethering up with that hero. Maybe even Invoker can kind of be that partner to IO.
Dire team ban.
Gel, if you will. But Invoker could be okay. With Cold Snap, he has decent ways of locking heroes down, even Ice Wall to a certain extent, Tornado if you're going to go for Quaswex, obviously. EMP will be nice to have. It really depends on how CNB want to play this. You know, where they want the Invoker to go, and how they want to skill him in terms of Quaswex or Quas Exhort. It's too bad Wex Exhort is not a thing, but maybe someday Ice Frog will change it. However, a couple more bans. Team Liquid, they don't want to give Tiny to the IO and CNB. That's just not what they want to have to deal with in this game. Coming out next from Team Liquid, and they're focusing really hard on making sure CNB doesn't get the hero they want. Good strategy here with whatever hero they pick up, even the Invoker like I talked about. They've changed things around a bit in terms of drafting and captaining, and being a little bit more vocal, I think, at least.
10 seconds remaining.
To go. And this should be, I don't know. If Team Liquid can get off to a good start, this should be a decent game for them. An Ancient Apparition, if you can get some levels early on, get to Ice Blast a bit quicker, maybe even get some gold to get towards that Midas if they want to go for it. Nature's Prophet probably picks up the phase first through the Midas, and we'll see what lane he goes in. I'd imagine he'll be in the off lane or solo safe lane, depending on if they pick up an aggressive try, if they just maybe even think about dual laning. We'll see. And there's a couple of options here. They'll ban up the Anti-Mage, and they pick up the Doom against an Invoker. Great pickup for Team Liquid. One of the easier heroes to play in the game, one of the more fun as well, just to stomp on people. Bit of a pup stomper as well. Secured a bit of their late game. They have fighting potential, they have pushing potential with the Nature's Prophet. They can take it late with the Doom, maybe. They can take it late with the Nature's Prophet, maybe. He could be a bit of a late game carry, semi-carry if necessary, picking up a Desolator or an Orchid, or both for that matter. But really, they don't have a hard carry other than the Doom just yet. Ursa gets picked up for CNB with the IO. That's going to be their combining, the conjoined forces of those two heroes are going to be pretty difficult to stop for Team Liquid, honestly. Seeing who could go up against this team. Though, if they have a good start, they can certainly get some farm for the Ursa, roam around the map, get some kills with the Io. The problem is, Io's not the best laner. He's not going to be in an aggro tri-lane. It's going to be defensive tri-lane in all likelihood. Maybe even a defensive dual lane with a jungling hero like Enchanter or Enchantress, which aren't banned out right now. Liquid just banned out the Ember Spirit as well as the Lycan. Two of the most annoying heroes in the first round of bans. So it's not like they're targeting bans for CNB. They don't seem to know exactly what CNB are known for. CNB have plenty of options here to round out this draft. Liquid, on the other hand, they can go mid with the Doom. I'm not sure if Bubble wants to play that against an Invoker. That's not really the best matchup in the world. Decent against the Invoker. It really depends on what Bubble wants to play. He's going to play that Clockwork before. He's going to go for the Templar Assassin, which is a good matchup. And there's no way. Also against Ursa as well, this is just a strong pick from Team Liquid. This is a great pick to have the TA. Snowballing hero, can fight effectively early on, can gank pretty effectively as well once you get level 16 of your side traps, and just start roaming around and make actually Io's life a living hell. There's not going to be any issue in him getting farm either against an Invoker. With Refraction, the damage isn't really going to be there. The only thing you can do is try to Cold Snap, but that's only if the Refraction is off. Plus you have Meld, and there's no way Invoker can really deal with that unless he's Cross Exort and he Sunstrikes. But even then you could have your Refraction on, obviously. So Templar Assassin works really well against an Invoker. Invoker can use Force Spirits, yes, that's true. But in terms of, if it's Quas Wex, Templar Assassin is going to win that matchup 9 times out of 10. And in fact, Templar Assassin just wins that matchup anyways, regardless of Quas Wex or Quas Exort. And like I said, against an Ursa, maybe even against an Io, but now they have to deal with the Venomax, so they're going to go for the hard or one of the harder counters to Templar Assassin, get the Refraction charge off as much as possible, and have Venomancer kind of just be annoying for Boba to deal with. Templar Assassin kind of going to be flustered here a bit. They also have a lot of mid-game carry. Doom and Templar Assassin, the Assault Cuirass, and maybe like a Templar Assassin building a Desolator. If they can finish this game early, they'll be fine. Not to say Ursa's going to carry late game, because he really won't. I think that Team Liquid are, they're going to take this mid and late if it goes that long. But we don't know if Liquid are going to pick up another farming hero. I mean, they have to pick up a support at this point because they have the 3 cores already with Nature's Prophet, Doom, and Templar Assassin. The 2 supports are already done for CNB, so now it just remains to be seen, are they going to pick up an offlaner here? And which one will they pick up? Bat Rider was banned out first for CNB, realizing how strong he would be for Team Liquid. You have heroes like Clockwork still available and in the pool. Centaur was banned out last for Liquid, and that's a hero that's very strong in the off lane. I'm trying to think of some other ones that have been picked recently as well. Timbersaw is still available, I believe. Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple of options for offlaners for CNB. Liquid need another support. Maybe somebody that's good at roaming to try to take down this Invoker. They don't have to focus on him too hard. Support that's strong throughout the game. With Ancient Apparition, they don't have that much lockdown, though. They need somebody to be able to stun some sort of disable, because you can't really rely on Cold Feet. You need something with a disable here. Rasta might be good in this scenario. Vengeful Spirit, Crystal Maiden if you're going to go that route. There's a couple of those heroes. Bane even might be fine. Bane would be good against an Ursa, especially if you got a BKB. You can of course Fiend's Grip him, which would be really nice. Doesn't provide that much in team fights. And maybe if you're going to go for a pushing strategy, you already have the Nature's Prophet, why not go for a Rasta? So those are a couple things that are capable. You can actually go for it, you'll be fine, so... Who knows?
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
This is... These ice paths are going to have to be on point. A good team fighting hero, because you do have the macro prior, you have the dual breath obviously, which actually can help push down towers pretty effectively. But I think just ice paths are going to be the most important thing. Are you going to be able to hit those against Ursa, against Venomax? Oh, there's a reason why they went Jakiro here. Io and Ursa combined up. You see the relocate coming. You ice path before they relocate on top of you. They're stunned up, and then you have a chance to be able to get out or to fight depending on what's happening. So I think that's one of the reasons why.
Reserve time.
In general. And Templar Assassin traps will be able to set those up too. Once you get level 6, maybe Sprout as well. And then after that, you can Cold Feet on top of the Ice Path. So there is that potential coming out from Jakiro here. The question is, what does CNB do for their offlane hero? I think maybe go for a Clockwork, but then you can't get the Ursa in to fight. Want somebody that can get in close, but That's not going to happen if Clockwork Cogs are up. Maybe Timbersaw works just as well here. So they can't use that for their offlane hero. That would have been good, I think. Be able to hit some impales, Ursa can just go to town on people. They've only got 38 seconds left in reserve time here, so they got to think carefully about what they want to do. And right now, I definitely prefer Liquid's lineup than CNB's. I don't like IO and Venomancer together. They have no real true lockdown other than Cold Snap. There's nothing they can really disable with, and that's something that they need to look for. And I'd even go as far to say an offlane mag might be necessary, just to have some sort of lockdown and teamfight potential. Have Ursa get up close to all of them. Would be real nice to hit a nice little Earth Shock there.
10 seconds remaining.
8 seconds left in reserve time right now, and it keeps dropping. As you can clearly see, what is it? What's the hero gonna be? I'm not quite sure. They're gonna go for the Bane, surprisingly enough. Probably coming out from CNB with the Venom Ursa Bane, so safe like IO, Invoker mid. I'm more inclined to believe they'll do the Venom mid, maybe have the Invoker solo safe, and then something along those lines would be, I guess, would make more sense. Coming to this game, I believe it is a one-game series here. Series for StarLadder Season 9, it's Team Liquid versus CNB Esports Club. Liquid, they're going to try to get back to their winning ways and try to get into the top 4 here for StarLadder. CNB, with a win here against Liquid, they would be tied with Team Liquid in the ladder. So big game for both teams right now. CNB Esports
5 seconds remaining.
Lineup, but sort of is with the Venomancer pick and the Bane pick right after. And they picked the Bane just to try to lock down some of these heroes. However, with the Doom, it's be tough. We are going to jump into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Summit. My name is Mon.
Prepare for battle.
Action today. Does end up going, but for CNB, HyperX 4DR will be on the Ursa here. We'll have Ned on the IO. Kingard is going to be on the Bane. Klotz 22 will be on the Venomancer. It looks like he is going to be going mid. It is going to be an aggro tri-lane top with an IO, which is not, aggro tri-lanes with IO generally don't work, but it should be okay because they have a farming Doom, and against an aggro tri-lane, Doom should be just, you know, it's tough because he can't do much there. Way2 and Fluff will try to help as much as possible. They do have Chilling Touch, but enough about that. Let's continue on with the introductions. I think last but not least is going to be Opto. Will be on the Invoker, still safely an Invoker. Going up against Koikfa. Koikfa will have to be careful here. He can dish out the right-click damage, especially when he gets his phase moves, but Opto, if he goes for Quas Exort, he should be able to dictate the play in that lane. So we'll keep our eye on that bottom lane, see who ends up taking it there. On the other side of things, for Team Liquid, Liquid Fluff, going to be on the Ancient Apparition. We'll see TC going on the Doom. Bulba is going to be on the Templar Assassin. In the top lane, we've got way2 up on the Jake Hero. And Koikfa will be on the Nature's Prophet, but it looks like they're going to dodge this try. Liquid don't want to have to deal with that aggro tri-top. You can see 4DR backing off, going to try to, of course, block the creep wave. Kingard's here as well, going to grab the Invis Room and maybe go for a quick first blood. way2 staying up top right now, so they're dual laning it for the time being. They can change that up in a minute, depending on how they see things go. To make sure they can counter any sort of ward coming through. Kingard's just kind of roaming around, maybe looking for first blood in mid. Bulba, he has Refraction, he skilled it up first, obviously, no big surprise there. 2 pool tangos, 2 GG branches, and he'll go for a quick bottle as fast as humanly possible. Klotz doing a nice job already. He's going to be going against Templar Assassin here, so this is a fine matchup for Klotz, and he should do just fine against Bulba. Bulba might have a rough time in this lane. Bulba really can't dish out the damage against Klotz. He can't get too close until he has side blades. So he's doing the best that he can right now, pulling the wave back, but meanwhile, top lane, Nightmare's going to go in Koikfa. He's in a bit of trouble right now. No boots coming through his 40R. Koikfa might be in trouble. There's Garrett Shock. Nice ice path from way2. That'll stop any sort of aggression, just to make sure Koikfa gets back and survives that engagement. It seems like TC getting some farm as well. TC's going to be uncontested here. Opto is going to have a rough time. He is going to go for Exort, but Fluff is going to come in and just harass with Chilling Touch and, of course, just his regular right click. So, Klotz, though, in the mid lane has 1 last hit. 4 last hits for Bulba. So, to Bottle Cry, as you can see, the Gold Roshan's going to bring the bottle back home. Top lane, Koikfa continue to try to get CS here in this game, and He's actually got 3, so he's not doing too badly. Ned here, there's not much the IO can do. The tether slow is about it. They've actually rotated Bane down bottom, so they're just okay with dual laning at this point in time. Kingered's going to be pulling right now. That'll be to help, obviously, the Invoker. A dual lane for an Invoker, generally not what you like to see, because you like to see him get that solo experience, but he might rotate out at some point. This time there, but not too much. But rough early on, we don't have that much base damage as an Invoker. TC continuing to stack up. Ludozor from an Alpha Wolf just to have crit early on, have a bit of extra damage there, plus Chilling Touch. They have killing potential now. It's there. Meanwhile, Kloth is going to pick up a double damage rune. That's going to be rough for Bulba. He's got to be careful. Bottle crowing still. 500 gold in the bank. He'll have boots in a moment. Top lane, Koikful might get caught out. No Earthshock. They can't get to him in time. Can they? Earthshock's going to go. They won't die this Ice Path, dissuading them any further to keep going. Koikful getting hit up with the Fury Swipes there as well. As you can see, he's got 1 stack of them on there, so... Bluff with Chilling Touch now contesting the pull. TC's going to run right through her as well. Got that critical strike and the Pack Ludozor. The bonus damage, always nice to have. 30% bonus damage. Goodness gracious. It's like a truck early on. They'll take the creep wave back to the tower and just last it under there. It's been warded. This pull camp no longer pullable. Nice play from Fluff to make sure they can't go back to that well and get experience for the Bane. Avto at level 3 right now. What about TC? He's also sitting at 3. Fluff at 2 in the top lane. Koikful getting some decent CS. Sitting at 8 right now. However, 14 for the Ursa. 4DR doing a nice job of last hitting in the mid lane. Templar Assassin. Volva continue to bottle crow. 13 last hits. Only above Klotz by 1. So he's got to be not worried really, but he's got to try to get as many last hits as possible, obviously. 4-minute rune will spawn soon. In the meantime, Forge Spirit down to that bottom. Exhort. Cold Snap on Fluff. Maybe in some trouble. Sunstreak not used. Fluff backing off. He's in the south. He'll use it. Sitting in level 2. Close to level 3 as well. Just farm. We do for a bit, and then he's going to start hitting heroes and killing heroes and just slaughtering people, assuming he gets decent farm phase with something like that, so... Yeah, we've seen this before. The Ward Cliff. Now Bulba's in a bit of trouble here. He can't really venture past his tower. Luckily, the wave will continue to push in. He won't get rune control. That'll be for Kingered as well as CNB. Meanwhile, Io in the top lane, very low. Way too trying to get the kill there. He uses Salve already. Ned getting low. One more right click. That'll do the job. Koikful getting it, but they'll trade way too. Trade is now Nature's Prophet, very close to either getting his phase or going right into his neck, or right, excuse me. Meanwhile, Invoker getting a kill on Fluff down to that bottom lane. Cold Feet already went. TC trying to fight now on Avto. Trying to right click him here. It does hit him once, but you can see Avto's doing some decent damage. TC getting caught out. Kingered's got no mana to use his Brain Sap or Nightmare. He's got to be careful top lane. Dive on Koikful right now. They have the creep wave. Koikful in trouble. Trying to juke. Cannot. He goes down. TPs are going to cancel, as you can see. Nothing doing right now. The dive's still going for Ned and 4DR. They say, let's reset this. Let's not go in one by one and kill ourselves again. Wait will walk to the lane. In the meantime, Bulba continuing to get farmed. 25 CS of the mid lane hero. I'm sitting on 23 CS. So their highest CS in the game comes from Liquid and TC and Bulba, and they're doing just fine. The problem is the kills are going the way of CNB, and they will continue to do so. They have this early game fighting potential with the Ursa, one of the best early game aggressors when you tether up an IO to him. Koikful is sitting here on the side, just kind of sitting, waiting. Waits rotating through mid, gonna ward up real quick, maybe even look for a gank at the Venomancer. Not the hardest hero to gank. Bulba does take a lot of damage from these Plague Wards, even if they're, only like level 3 with level 1 Poison Sting, which is still pretty high. Doing a poor job last hitting. If it's going to keep pushing in, he's going to keep getting last hits, and you see the tower isn't really taking much damage here. TC has a bottle. It's about to grow out to him in just a minute. Way too. Gonna get some farm here in the jungle with this dual breath. Try to get to something. Now, 4DR chasing after Koikful. With phase boots, he's able to catch up pretty quickly. He's very speedy. Ned, not there with him. He has mana for tether, didn't use it, however. Rotating back up his way too, and going to the jungle is Koikful. He's been reduced to the jungle now. Down bottom, TC. He's still getting farmed right now, but so is the Ursa, and now he's going to try to overpower this tower down with Fury Swipes. We're going to work on it.
Illusion!
Rage as well. Illusion Rune now taken by Bane. to go on somebody, but the wave is pushed back underneath the tower for Liquid, so there's no way they can really die from there. Looks like they're going to go down to 40R here. There it goes. And that's the first tower of the game. At 6 minutes and 30 seconds in, now CNB definitely have a lead. Only about 500 right now, but that can change. It's updating. It's updating. 150, almost 1,000 gold lead right now, but that's it. 1,500 experience lead, that's the bigger story. A lot of the lead for, I guess, a lot of the gold from Liquid is coming through from Bulba here. He's just farming so well in this mid lane, even with all the plague wards. In fact, those are some extra CS that he's getting. He's at 47 last hits at 7 minutes in. He's doing real well. He's not getting perfect CS, but he's getting close to it. So, well, a lot of that is because of these plague wards, like I talked about. So that number's abnormally high, at least a bit. TC is left to his own devices down in this bottom lane. He is level 6. He's got Doom ready to go at a moment's notice, but won't use it unless he can secure a kill 100%. Avto sitting on phase boost very soon. In fact, he can buy them now. Rotating top, Fluff's ready to fight here. He has Chilling Touch, and he's got a couple of heroes to back him up, including Koikfa and including Weitu, with Ice Path ready to go. Tether forward, and it looks like 40R being very aggressive. His Vlads are done now. Wait till those get there and then probably be more aggressive. Koikfa's got to be careful. He's going to come through the jungle. They've got wards to scout things out, but here we go. 40R is going to chase after Koikfa. Koikfa going to try to sit down right now. Will make it. No problem. No! Just kidding. He got blown up. 40R. Overpower and Rage, and of course the Fury Swipes and the Earth Shock to just get that kill real quick. And Bulba rotated up to just try to make something happen. Unfortunately, did not do so. 1,200 gold in the bank. Might buy Treads. Might save for Blink. Not sure how many people still go Blink Dagger on the Templar Assassin, but it is an item you can pick up for gap closing. Can still go for phase, many people do, but treads seem to be the more North American thing to do. I think a lot of NA Dota players like to go for treads. I know Arteezy is a big proponent of treads on our Templar Assassin, so. And by proxy, that means Bulba should be as well. American brothers. Down in the bottom lane, TC sitting here ready to farm, ready to fight. Pack leader Zora still there, as well as the critical strike. Kinger's got to be careful. They have to find a way to make gap close. Wake's going to use his Ice Path, just push this back. It's not going to actually hit on any of the heroes, sadly. This is the problem. The only thing they have really to lock down is Side Trap, Sprout, if you hit an Ice Path, which is very difficult to do, I think. And this is an issue now, though, right now. Fluff is sitting behind this tower. He's not getting any experience, nor is Koikfa, except from the jungle here, and that's pretty much it. He's sitting on 1,500 gold. He's rushing a Midas, not going to be going for those phase boots first, like Admiral Bulldog likes to do. 59 last hits for Bulba in the mid lane as we continue onward here. On the other side of things, Klotz is sitting on a regen room. He's sitting on boots. Maybe go for a Midas of his own. Kinger, not much else. He's got almost Arcanes. Aptu, he's going to be going for a Midas on that Invoker. No surprise there. Already talked about the Vlads on the Ursa and the Io. Sitting on just a bobble. No boots just for him yet. But here we go. Smoke up the seat gang. TC's here, ready to do maybe somebody. It's going to be right on Ned. He can't tether away. He's going to get slow with a dual breath. Ned about to fall. TC gets the kill. Still chasing Fluff. Looking for Cold Feet or something. Nature's Wrath's going to fly and hit. He'll have to back off. It says, now, get out of our jungle. He still stays. The TC comes in, gonna be going for that mech, so they really are going for this early game lineup. No like late game carry Doom. Bulba's gonna have to be doing the carrying this game. He is gonna be going for the Midas, it seems. But look at these Plague Wards. Doing work in this tower starting now. Klotz realizes, okay, I've got level 4 Plague Wards. I can start throwing these down, doing a lot of tower damage as well. Bulba's got to be careful of that. Meanwhile, Relocate coming through. Koikfa may be in trouble. Earthshock's going to fly. Chilling Touch. Will they turn this around? They need a Sprout. They get it. Ned about to fall. Fluff will fall first. TC, no Doom left. 40R still chasing. TC's in trouble. Sidetrack. Here comes Bulba. Bulba's going to come through. Uses the Bell Strike. Sunstrike misses. 40R about to fall. The right click. Koikfa gets a double kill. And he gets right back into it. And that also provides Bulba his Midas. The tower here, taking damage, but still not the best relocate from CNB. Liquid capitalized on a bit of a misplay, and Bulba's rotation as well. Gets there in time to help his team out and bail them out of a bad situation. However, there is now a Midas on the Venomancer. Oh, spooky. Spooky Midas. Here, oh, Venomous Gale misses. Bulba thinking his lucky stars that didn't hit. Klotz had a level 2, so would have done some dot damage there, but not much. Bulba cleans up all the wards, however, and he backs himself out of there. Double damage rune down to that bottom rune spot. While that's all happening, Invoker's nowhere to be found. Still racing down in that bottom lane, trying to get towards that Midas, and he's getting close in 11 minutes, though. It's not going to be as early as you'd like to see it. Well, Koikfa already has his. And Scale does hit on Bulba. There's the poison over. Refraction's going to take off. Sunstrike's going to go. Bulba. He'll try to TP home. Will he make it in time? It looks like he will. Just Venomancer, including the Sunstrike. It wasn't enough. Fiend's grip up on TC now. Fluff. Cold Feet's going to go on him. That'll stun him up. Now the relocate. TC in trouble. Cold Feet's going to keep Kingert in the same spot. The Fluff in trouble. The Spirits are going to grab the kill. Immediately grabbing 2 kills, plus sending Bulba back home. CNB starting to play on point here. Way too late to the party. The tower's low. In denial range right now, but it will go to 40R. Side trap does get popped there, and that's going to be the blink dagger now done for the Ursa, who's got doing just fine, honestly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Klotz with a double damage rune, with the Midas as well. Pushing everybody back for Liquid. Fluff and Way2 backing off now. Peter coming through mid, looks like they want to try to fight here as Koikva diving through. There's going to be the, of course, side trap slow. TP coming in from 40R. Oh, Koikva, no, you're in trouble, buddy. 2 might go. 40R taking a lot of damage from Bulba, but now he's going to get nightmared up. TP coming through. This time it's going to be from the Invoker. Bulba is in trouble. Cold Snap's going to fly. Ice Wall as well. He's got nowhere to go. Trying to take 40R down, but he cannot. Double kill for the Ursa Warrior. Oh boy. Liquid starting off a bit strong, but now slowing. There is a 5,000 gold lead for CNB. 5,000 experience lead as well. TC trying to get to that mech with the Doom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And something you see that's a bit different from what Liquid is doing is that CNB, they're getting all of their supports involved. IO, relocating, Bane, Fiends gripping. So far, I haven't really seen Way2 do much of anything on the Jakiro. He has ice paths, he's not using them. He's only gotten involved in a gank once or twice. He's got 2 assists to his name, and that's it, 1 death as well. So he's not really accomplishing all that much. I mean, they are getting, the only time they're getting kills for Liquid is when Way2 is there. Fluff's getting caught out too many other times, obviously. He's got 3 deaths to his name or 1 assist. Koikva is still trying to farm the best that he can. He's got his Midas and Phase now, and yeah, that's great, but look at the top of the net worth chart here. You can see who's leading the way. Not even TC's close. Bulba, who had a really good time in that mid lane, is not close. They're working on Midas gaming right now. They're hoping Midas can get them back into this game. Meanwhile, Liquid, smoked up. They're going to try to find something now. Relocate might go to get Ned out of here. They're going to have to doom him, I think. They see him coming, I think. Ned, not going to relocate just yet. Ice Path misses. They cancel the doom animation, and that's it. Failed gank after moments of waiting with the smoke of deceit use as well. Now on top of that, they've got to deal with the Venomancer who has the mechanism. Where TC's not even there yet. Actually, he just gets it right now. So I spoke too soon, I suppose. Luckily, Liquid know that they can get something out of this time that they're not doing much with, and that's Bulba and Koikva going for a Roche here. With Meld Strike, they can take this down pretty quickly. That armor reduction is pretty nice. 8 armor reduction, as you can clearly see. And that's a bit of time there, too. They might let up a tier 2 tower. I'm not sure it's worth that. Ice Blast coming through finally, level 6 for Fluff, and being able to throw one of those out is real crucial. Plague Wards are going to go for Klotz. They're going to try to take this tower down. They have mech ready to go. They can fight pretty much whenever. They just have to wait for Ice Blast to wear off. Overpower going in range as well. Liquid Bulba takes up the Aegis. Will they fort this and defend? I'm not sure. It looks like they won't. Backing off. TC, Fluff, and everybody else. They're going to go elsewhere. Maybe looking for a tier 1 tower. Finally, are they going to keep pushing for CNB? They'll probably try to force out some TPs and back off. Looks like that's what they'll do. Klotz is going to go and put some wards on the high ground now. And now Liquid, they're forced to TP back and defend, at least soon. TC he can't make his mind up. Fortification is going to go. There's the Nature's Wrath as well. Doing a bit of damage. Mex is going to get them back up to fighting shape. CNB. They want this tier 3 tower. They're working on it. I mean, you're not going to TP here. Ice Blast is going to go. This will hit on all 5 of them. Now they got to back off. They can't mech anymore. They already used it. It's unfortunate they couldn't get anything done with that. There was a great Ice Blast coming through. Luckily, we'll take the tier 1 tower bottom, but is it really worth it in the end? I'm not sure. Bulba now starting to get some online series. I've got his treads up on online. Might go for Desto next, maybe even Drum. Excuse me, Tower though is about to fall to 4 spirits. It might get denied. No, 40R gets the kill on the tower. Alacrity up. He can blink in an Earth Shock. He uses it to clear the creep wave. Side trap's gonna go. Bulba's ready to fight, but Colossus here with all of this stuff ready to go, ready to unload it. Bulba taking a lot of damage. There's the cold snap. He has meld if necessary just to get out of a bad situation. They're working on ranged and melee racks here. At 16 minutes in, they're pushing the tower and the Raxes. Here we go. Range Rax about to fall. Ice Blast gonna fly through again. Nightmare is up. There's the Poison Nova going through. Doom's on. There's the Earth Shock. He's in trouble. He has the Aegis, luckily. Now Macro Prior on the ground. Avato getting hit up. There's but he gets level death. Klotz still low, will not die to the Doom. He's going to get mech'd as well. TC still trying to chase. Avato will go down. 40R goes back in, gets 1, gets 2. Looking for 3. Will he get it? No. Just barely. The spirits are there, however. They're still going. They're going to lose a Rax here. They're going to lose their ranged Rax. At 17 minutes in, Team Liquid lose their ranged Rax to CNB. And Liquid right now, they've got to compose themselves. They've got to find a way back into this game. A big proponent of how this game went was Venomancer in the mid lane just doing work, and he wasn't even necessarily stopping Bulba. But they just let him farm. They let him get farm, and he proceeded to just destroy everything afterwards. As well, he's going to be going for, I think, a Scythe next. I'd imagine is what it is. Oh no, TC in trouble. A little too far out right now. Nightmare's gonna go first. Venomous Gale might follow afterwards. They're pinging on him here. Like, there it goes. It hits. TC maybe in trouble. Here's the Ice Blast coming through, hitting on Stu. Klotz in some trouble. They might turn around to fight this. Bulba trying to go on 40R. There's the slow as well. Ice Path gonna fly. It is gonna hit. They need a Mellow Strike. It's on cooldown for a second. Earthshock trying to fight this 40R. A big pickup for them. And they needed that desperately. Koipo was gonna TP in, but he was still farming down there, trying to get to his Lothars. They're not done yet, but still, this is a bit of a rough early game here. Bulba trying to get towards that BKB. Melt Strike used for a creep. Lothar is now done for the Nature's Prophet. Not carrying a TP scroll, but his farm, he's really not been a part of anything. He'll start split pushing soon, but it almost feels as if this minute is starting to wear out, where Nature's Prophet's not going to be pushing like lanes as much as he used to. It's more so like than anything else, I think, these days. Shadowblade. That's why he's farming aggressively. Ned's coming through here, however. Quickfoot, not Shadowblade just yet. Just going to turn on Ned. Spirits are going to go through. Both Darts is going to fly. The Sentry Ward ready to go. There's the Cold Snap. Quickfoot walks away. Sunstrike not going to walk into that. They're not going to go for that kill. Blink Dagger now done for the Doom. They need something like this. Blink Doom. He doesn't have Centaur Stomp though. Nature's Wrath is going to push back top momentarily. They want to go for this melee Rax right now. It's got the regen obviously, but they just want to take it down right now because they're all TPing it there. Quick is going to try to work on this tier 2 tower, tier 1 tower, excuse me, but they've got to be careful. They can't let this Rax go down. This is pretty important, so to fight. They have that blink tech for the Doom. Quick can TP at any time. The fortification not quite there as of right now. Blink, Doom, Klotz in trouble. Ice Blast coming through as well. Is it going to hit? It will on Klotz. Now 40R going to town. Fiend's grip on Bulba. They need to stop him from... He's first to fall. 2 dead already. Invoker. Jakiro getting a double kill with his max per pile. Nice ice. Gonna go. They have no relocate. Oh, he does. He's gonna bring it back. He just used it as I said that. And he'll regen up. Is he gonna bring 40R? No. 40R's gonna go mid. And it looks like it. This poor Io. He's gonna tether away, but he is gonna get... All for Bulba. Rax, it'll regen. It'll live to fight another day. They get a couple of kills. They just need to have 2 or 3 or 4 maybe fights like that. Get Bulba some more farm, like a BKB, and continue to fight. But the issue is, how hard is Bulba going to carry? As well as the Ursa. So... he is going for that Scythe device. I would think that's what it is. That's the ultimate orb, so... but no, I don't think so. Maybe, oh, it might be a Lincoln Sphere, actually. The more I think about it, it's probably a Lincoln Sphere. I don't know why I said. Yeah, because there's Doom here. I mean, he's not the one getting Doom, though, so... Lincoln or a Scythe. I think Scythe might be the better choice for lockdown. It depends. I don't know. I don't think he's the one getting Doom, so I don't think he needs to have the Lincoln Sphere, so... Try to push this wave back, maybe... I think he's just scouting with it. Because it gets the Dark Troll Summoner camp, interestingly enough. Way too roaming up here, with Fluff not too far behind. Bulba's here as well. Everyone's pretty much in the top of the world. Poif has been taking these ancient stacks for some time. He's going for Orca next. He already has the first Oblivion staff. Second one's not too far behind for being completed. Working on getting the Invoker some more farm. He's at 1800 gold right now. Sitting on 4 points Quas, mostly Exhort, getting his Wex now. And so he'll start maxing out his Wex and Exhort pretty soon. I mean, his Exhort's going to be maxed in the next level if he chooses to do so. And then the rest of the points are going to go into Wex after that. Bulba continuing to farm up in the top lane. Tier 1 tower is still there and ready to go. Will they defend this? I mean, they should. They have the IO there with the relocate ready to go, but it's 5 top also for Liquid. Maybe this is their do or die fight. Gonna push that creep wave back using Ice Blast. So they've got to be careful. They don't have Ice Blast now. They have to wait until that's off cooldown, which it will be in 25 seconds. Roshan back up in 145. Back to the Roche pit if necessary, but there is this ward here. Liquid will back off top. They know they don't want to fight right now, considering Kofa just TP's out. Midas on cooldown. Off cooldown, excuse me. Two smokes picked up. That's going to be Kinger trying to get something down here. He's going to try to get towards that BKB. Here has the Ochre Claw already. Continue to farm. He's going to go for the BKB first. He'll have the ultimate orb for later, but now he's going to get the BKB first, and he's almost there. He just needs the Ogre Claw, but he's going to go right into... He's going to go right into the jungle, essentially. 40R running in. Overpower, Blink, Earth Shock, TC. Might be in trouble. He's going to get relocated on. Mech's going to keep him alive, but not for long. Will he stay alive? No, he will not. Nice path from Way 2. Not enough, however. Meanwhile, Fiend's on Fluff. Sunstrike's going to go just to clean it all up, and they'll go down. Both of them dying. Oh, boy. Now, top melee Rax is open. They may have to give it up. While that's all happening, I miss a kill down on bottom. Ned gets down. He will buy back and get ready to go, but... TP up. Top Raxes are exposed. 40R working at it. They have a cliff. They're going to have to pop it right now. TC's up in 12. No buyback, I believe. Ice Blast is going to fly. Is he going to hit? No, it hits nobody. Blink out. Kinger. No Fiend's grip right now. He's got no mana, really. People on BKB. He's going to use the BKB for Bulba. rax right now. 4-step down to the low ground. TC Doom on Clutch. They want to chase this. There's not that much damage for Bulba right now. 40R initiating in. There's going to be the refraction charge. Now they're going to back off. That'll be the end of the fight, I think. But the melee rax is gone. That's a huge win for CNB. Now this is going to be a very tough comeback for Liquid. It was already tough beforehand. They can certainly do it, but they don't have that much late game to rely on. You think about a Doom, you think about a Templar Assassin, you're not saying, yeah, we can go as late as possible for sure. Yeah, not even a problem. And
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just, especially if you enfeeble Bulba like that,
Radiant's bottom tower has been
there's not much you can do there. He's actually very close. He can actually buy his Orchid right now, and he will. But now they're going to try to fight the tier 2 tower. TP coming through from a couple heroes. TP up on the high ground. 40 are getting sprouted up. Earthshock's going to fly as well. Poison Nova on the backside. TC getting hit up with that. Clutch is about to fall. Relocate out. Just kidding. He ain't dead. The IO probably is, but oh goodness gracious. They actually might try to re-engage on this, so you can see they're all converging. 40R is running back in. No blink in. They're a little too far back right now. They brought both of them back just to get back up to pretty much full health for Klotz. How do you deal with this if you're Liquid? Way too has to go back home and heal up. This is a tier 2 tower gone. Just too much pressure. They're terrorizing Liquid. Liquid can't do anything about this. It's ridiculous.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Be going for the tier 2 bottom, way too smoked up, looking for an ice path. Ned gets ice vortexed first. They're going to go into the Roche pit, ice blast, and they need to get out now. They will, just in time. They avoid it narrowly. Ice path onto Klotz this time, and a forward spirit or two. Orchid going through, TP on the backside. Koikfa shadow bladed up. He's ready to split in and go in as hard as possible. Bulba killing these wards as well. 40R. There's going to be the side trap, but they have a sentry or a gem. Yeah, there's a gem on Kingard right now. The Plague Wars are trying to whittle Roshan down as low as possible. Koikfa wants to jump in. He wants to fight. The rest of Liquid do as well. They're ready to go. Next is going to fly up. They're getting caught out. Blink forward. There's the stomp. Klotz is ice path flies. Bulba, BKB. Klotz may be the first to fall. Nightmare on way 2. 40R pops his own BKB. He's trying to fight. Now, nice usage of the level of depth to get Bulba out of the speed script, but he's going to fall anyways. 40R getting caught out. Kingard as well. There's going to be a relocate coming through. TC's low, enfeebled up on top of that. Forge Spirit is doing work. Otto going to town. Buyback from Bulba. Fluff about to fall as well. Way too nightmared up. He's the next target. One after another. Liquid fall. Way too. Still alive, but just barely. Otto not on the low ground. Deafening blast. The urn charge. That'll get the kill. No. It's the brain stab. Kingard with the double kill. They are cleaning Liquid up. CNB not even going for Roche. But now they can. Raxes up top are exposed. Tier 4 towers are getting just... They're going to get pummeled in a second, but Liquid's base is starting to be overrun by mega creeps here. Bulba looking for a potential chance of jumping in there, but no blink dagger, so he can't do much. He bought back, expected to be able to fight, but he's got no team to do so. 40R taking his ages. Ice Blast is going to come in a bit too late.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Out of all sorts. Evoker Necro 3 even for the Quas Exhort Evoker Avto. So at this point, Liquid just have to have the mother of all team fights. If we look at the graphs real quick, they're only down 5,000 gold. It feels like so much more. They're down 5,000 experience. The items are actually not too far behind for them, but they just can't get anything done. Them answer, but then comes through the Ursa, and he just stomps pretty much on everybody. Like Earthshock comes through, kills everybody. Overpower, Fury swipes, everyone's dead. Way too aggressive here. Psionic Trap is gonna go. Klotz is like, oh shit. I might be dead. He'll pop everything. Ice Blast is gonna go. Klotz is gonna fall. Way too's got a TP home. I think everyone has to really TP home right now. Well, while that's all happening, Tier 3 tower, Necro 3, there's the fortification. TP's gonna come through from Klotz. Klotz gets the kill on Quickball. He gets the kill on Way 2. They died. They have to buy back. I thought they were going to live for sure. The Raxes are exposed now. The Tier 3 gone. Melee Rax about to be gone. DC, Doom's Klotz stuff. He's already used most of his stuff anyways. Now looking, 40R coming through, trying to hit up on TC. There's Chilling Touch, doing work. Boba going to town on 40R. He has the Aegis, however. BKB already popped. Alto is here. The Melee Rax is going to fall to the wards if they're microed correctly. Fluff, he's in trouble. TC gets Feast Grip. He's down. GG, 40R, gonna take the ranged racks. They've got one set of racks to go, but after that, it's all over for Liquid. Bulba's up and ready to go, but he's the last one alive that can really do anything, and Quickball will call GG. CNB now tied with Team Liquid in terms of record in StarLadder Season 9. Liquid, they gotta get it together.